Howdy ho, neighbor. Hey, let's talk a little about vermicomposting. That is composting with worms. Um, and the main worm there we're going to be talking about is the red wiggler. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about a worm bin. Using worm bins is a fun and easy way to compost all your food scraps. Bins utilize red worms, not the earthworms that you take out of your garden, but you can get these at bait shops or online, Amazon, whatever. People grow these just for selling. And what they do is to eat all the food scraps and turn them into worm castings, which is a useful garden fertilizer. Worm bins are commonly made from simple wood boxes with lids or plastic tops. Put worms in a box with shredded, moistened newsprint, corrugated cardboard, or shredded office paper. Now here's a good rule of thumb for sizing the box to build 1 square foot of surface for every pound of food waste generated per week and no more than 12 to 18 inches high. Red worms are surface feeders, okay? Remember that. One of the easiest boxes to build is called the 1-2-3 box. Sides are 1 foot high, the box is 2 feet deep from front to back, and 3 feet wide from side to side. 6 square feet surface area. Okay, can you remember that? With aeration holes in the bottom and a simple covering of black plastic over the top. A box this size will handle about 6 pounds of food scraps per week. Yes, that's quite a bit. Okay, drill holes in the bottom of the wooden or plastic box and keep the lid ajar to keep the box dark, slightly moist, and well ventilated. The worms will not leave the box as long as it is kept relatively moist and there's enough food available. Don't add more food than worms can eat or you will have odor problems. The optional temperature for worm bins is between 50 and 75 degrees. Do not let the temperature drop below this level or the worms will die. Some people keep their worm bins in the basement. Others prefer a spot under the kitchen sink. So yes, you can do this right in your own home. Okay, worm bins are usually kept in the house to ensure the worms don't get too cold or too hot. Red worms may be purchased at bait shops, other stores which sell fishing supplies, or off the internet. Be sure to purchase red worms, not earthworms, or other worm varieties. Okay, they will consume their own weight in food each day. Other types of worms eat less. Now, red worms are only about 2 to 4 inches long when full grown and are not native to Wisconsin, of course. Okay, now, here's another good thing about feeding your worms. Once you add your red worms to your new home, you can start feeding them your food scraps. They will eat lettuce leaves, apple cores, potato peels, watermelon rinds, coffee grounds. The list is just unbelievable. Avoid any kind of dairy products or meat products, oils, oily foods, because these foods can cause odors and attract animals and insects. So you want to remember that. That is a very good tip. Okay. Also, don't add citrus and bananas, as they may have fruit fly eggs on their skin. Okay. Now, add the food scraps to the worm bin by digging a hole in the bedding or at one corner of the bin and bury the scraps into the bedding. The next day, bury the scraps at a different corner of the bin and move down the sides of the bin, alternating sides every day. Some people just simply add food scraps to the top of the bedding. This method works, but it can cause odors. So you want to remember that. If your bin gets right, simply add more bedding materials to the bin. Add some fresh bedding at least every 2 months. Okay, so there you have it. Now another thing people do is they use their worms for compost. Okay, worm compost is a rich soil enhancer. It contains many nutrients needed to grow strong, healthy plants both in your house and in your garden. Some of the ways it can be used: mix it with peat moss, garden loam, vermiculite, or sand to make potting soil. Sprinkle on your houseplant soil as a top dressing. Spread 1 inch on the surface of your garden or dig it right into the soil. Okay. Add it by the handful when you transplant vegetables and other plants into your garden. So there's a little bit of scoop on your vermicomposting. From Dave the Family Farmer here. You all take care. God bless. Goodbye. Thank you very much. And subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the like button. Hey, you're going to see a lot of neat stuff here. You all take care.